Good morning. I'm David Ford, Vice President for Community and Government Affairs here at the University of the Sciences, and it's my joy to welcome you here to our campus. This week we celebrated Founders Day here at the university, which was the kickoff for our bicentennial, 200 years since we opened our doors. And I can really think of no better way to celebrate those 200 years than to opening our doors to our community and to the Department of Health so that our neighbors can get vaccinated. It really is truly an honor and pleasure. So on that note, let me introduce to you our mayor, Mayor Jim Kenney.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, David, and thank you for coming out today. First, I'd like to thank the Health Department and University of the Sciences and all our dedicated community partners for helping make this clinic happen. Getting the vaccine out to those at the highest risk is a top priority of the city, and we believe this clinic is yet another big step in helping provide easier access to vaccines to the residents right here in West Philadelphia and in the surrounding community. We're building a robust network of vaccine distribution sites, ranging from health department-run clinics like this to hospitals, pharmacies, neighborhood health centers, mobile operations, and even the mass clinic with FEMA at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. I'm pleased that more than 100 sites are currently approved to administer the vaccine. That's 100 sites, which is pretty healthy. I also want to acknowledge the folks involved in standing up the clinic, the Parks and Recreation, and the Health Department held on Tuesday at the M.L. King Older Adult Center in North Philly, and Dr. O'Brien and the Community Academy, who helped us open our second mass standing vaccine clinic at the Community Academy of Philadelphia Charter School on Thursday in Fairhill. By all accounts, both previous clinics had successful days, and I'm happy that this is happening here in West Philadelphia as well. So thank you to all the dedicated community partners who are working tirelessly to distribute this vaccine. Because of partnerships like this, we have been able to administer over 290,000 doses of vaccine and fully vaccinate more than 97,000 people. As we get more vaccines, we will continue to expand our reach and hold more clinics, get folks vaccinated, and get back to some sense of normalcy. And with the announcement yesterday of the Johnson & Johnson single-shot vaccine, single-dose vaccine, I'm hoping that we'll be able to ramp up our speed even more and get through this even quicker than we thought before. So I'm going to turn it now over to Dr. Farley.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to thank the folks at the University of Sciences who have been great partners in many ways with the Health Department over the years, in particular, great partners for this vaccination initiative. This is not the first time we've been here. It's a great space and a great community resource here. You know, there's so much going on with the vaccination initiative that people don't quite understand all the different things that are happening. So I want to put today's work in context. We are providing vaccine, and vaccines are being made available through many different channels across the city. That includes hospitals that are inviting their own patients in for vaccination. Then hospitals themselves are running mass clinics very much like this around the city. Federally qualified health centers and other health clinics are inviting their patients in for vaccination, and they also are running some off-site mass clinics like this. We have pharmacies that are offering vaccination. The mayor mentioned 100 different sites across the city. The greatest number of sites where vaccine is being made available are pharmacies. We also have vaccine that's being made available by employers to their employees, including, for example, the fire department and the police department. We have dialysis centers that are vaccinating their patients. We have community providers like the Black Doctors COVID Consortium that is running community clinics. The health department has been running mass clinics for some time like this during the Phase 1A period for healthcare workers. And in fact, we were here about 2 weeks ago to vaccinate healthcare workers in this same building. But what's new this week is these are the first community clinics where we're vaccinating people who are in Phase 1B, who are eligible by virtue of the fact of their age or having chronic medical conditions. We started that this week. As the mayor said, on Tuesday we were at the Martin Luther King Older Adult Center in North Philadelphia. On Thursday we were at Community Academy in Juniata Park. And then today here we're in West Philly. We will continue to do this circuit in these places as long as it is necessary, and we're going to be looking at ways to reach other neighborhoods as well. In addition to this circuit for reaching new people, today's the first dose clinic, we're going to come back to these sites wherever we are 3 weeks later to get people their second dose. All these are free. All of these are for, again, Philadelphia residents who are in Phase 1B by virtue of being over 75 or being under 75 and having chronic medical conditions. Now, all the people here were invited from having putting their name into our vaccine interest database, which is on our website. So if anybody wants to be vaccinated, there's an opportunity to do that. But the way to do that is to go to our website. There's many different places on the website where you can see there's a link. And put your name into our vaccine interest database, provide information on you. And as opportunities like this arise, we will contact you for the opportunity. All this is what's happening now. And as the mayor said, an additional complement to that starts next week, and that is the large federally supported large federally supported Center City Vaccination Center at the Convention Center. That will open up on Wednesday of this week. So today, when you go in there, you'll see that there are 10 different vaccination stations. They're staffed by a variety of staff, including health department, fire department, medical reserve corps volunteers, and I'm forgetting there's probably, Office of Emergency Management, many different people who have contributed their time to make this a success. We expect to vaccinate 325 people here today. As we get our system down and get quicker, we hope that number to increase. There's a long way to go at 325 at a time to get to 1.2 million adults. That's why we have many other channels, but still today, at the end of today, we'll be 325 people closer to ending the epidemic. So thanks for coming. And I want to turn it over to Council Member Jamie Gauthier, who represents this district.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Councilmember Jamie Gauthier, and I represent the 3rd District, which includes much of West and Southwest Philadelphia. This is such an exciting day in West Philadelphia. The health department is opening up its 3rd mass vaccine clinic right here at the University of the Sciences. And I'm very grateful to Mayor Kenney and to Commissioner Farley and the health department for realizing the urgency of setting up this clinic right here in our community. I also want to thank David Ford and the entire team at U Sciences for being an indispensable partner, and not only for providing the space for these vaccine clinics, but also for the support to and the engagement with our community more generally. Philadelphia, like cities across the country, has been absolutely rocked by the COVID-19 pandemic. And also, like cities across the country, our Black and brown neighborhoods have been disproportionately bearing the impact of this virus. Infection rates in communities here that are majority Black and brown have been higher. Communities just like ours. Black and brown people have faced higher levels of hospitalization due to this virus as compared to the general population, and have also lost their lives disproportionately to this virus. And the impact of this virus on our Black and brown communities is a direct result of structural racism that has been baked into our country's institutions over generations. The Black and brown people have experienced, mistreatment by the healthcare system over decades, and have had less access to high quality healthcare. But it's very important that we mobilize to get Black and brown people in our city vaccinated. To date, about 21% of people of color, or Black people particularly in our city, have been vaccinated, even though we make up 42% of our city's residents. And there are a number of factors at play. I think the distrust in the healthcare system is one of them. But as we can see from the Black Doctors COVID-19 Consortium 24-hour mass vaccination event, there's a high level of interest among people of color to get vaccinated, and we have to step up to meet that interest. This site is going to vaccinate hundreds of people, hundreds of Philadelphians on a weekly basis. And I'm excited that it will take us one step closer towards the light at the end of the tunnel that this very painful year has been. And so, again, I just want to thank the health department, youth sciences, the mayor for opening this site here. And I look forward to being a support and a partner to get relevant information out to our communities and to get them vaccinated. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilmember. I'll introduce, Mary, if you want to come up, we're going to do a Spanish language translation of the Mayor and the Health Commissioner's remarks.
Buenos días. Estas son las palabras de bienvenida de David Ford. Bienvenidas a la Universidad de las Ciencias. Estamos orgullosos de ser anfitriones de esta clínica de la vacuna contra el COVID-19 y de dar la bienvenida a nuestros vecinos al campus. Animamos a todos los que sean elegibles a recibir la vacuna, la cual nos llena de alegría y esperanza para el futuro. Este año celebramos 200 años de la Youth Sciences y de ayudar a la comunidad en Filadelfia. Nos complace hacerlo de nuevo hoy. A continuación, estas son las palabras del alcalde Jim Kenney. Buenos días a todos y gracias por venir. En primer lugar, me gustaría dar las gracias al Departamento de Salud, a la Universidad de Ciencias y a todos nuestros dedicados miembros de la comunidad por ayudar a hacer realidad esta clínica. Conseguir la vacuna que llegue a los que están en mayor riesgo es una de las principales prioridades de la ciudad. Y creemos que esta clínica